Alright, so damn, this is gonna be like the millionth time I'm trying to make a video on the same topic a million fucking times. Every time I'm tripping balls and I'm watching somebody that makes music or something, it always reminds me we're in this giant thing that is just producing content, stuff, music, movies, videos, just for its own entertainment. Of just it. And humans are so lost because we are so serious about it, but it is just a continuation of just entertaining itself. Yeah. Makes no sense. I know. But neither does any of the Bible or any of the fucking religious texts that have ever been written down whatsoever, or any trip report that anyone has ever said. The truth makes no fucking sense. But the truth is, there's a giant reality that's going on. God. Every religion can come to God. No religion can agree on what God is. We can all agree that we are a part of God. We can all agree that we are God's creations. But we can't agree on the simple term of what it is. That's because I think it is everything. It is the whole thing. It's the memory database of the quantum field. We replicate it. It's a constant fractal of we are recreating it in the internet, with our movies. We tap into it every time you think of an imagination. All of your ideas are not your ideas. They are its ideas. And it had the idea way before you were even born. That's the reality that we live in. That this giant God thing is like here. It popped into the third dimension. That's what we are in now. It's just a multiple dimensions, multiple levels, multiple different memory databases in a sense, where it's like this human database. You can look at it as the internet as a good example of being able to try to explain it to people. The internet is kind of like a god. It's kind of like a representation of what God is. It's the memory database of all information that is on this human planet right now. And like, the whole thing is God replicating itself, playing with itself, learning from itself. I don't know. It's this weird fucking thing. Every deep trip where I'm ever just deeply in my head thinking about some deep philosophy, it always comes back to this. That this is all just, we all know it's a matrix. Everyone who's woke understands, yeah, this is a matrix that we're in, and you gotta break out of the matrix, but these are simple things, that we should already be past, like, and move on, because human race, like, we're going to evolve. We're heading towards this thing that's evolving faster than we can keep up, and we're just, yeah. Technology is going to take our spot. We're going to become retarded, and all this shit's going to happen because we don't know what's going on. We don't get that there's people in charge, the whole thing, and it goes down conspiracy theories, and everyone's so sick and tired of hearing it. It's so funny that these conspiracy theories are so out there now that even me talking about it, people are going to be like, yada yada yada, I've heard this shit before. Then why the fuck do I have to repeat myself if you've heard this shit before? Because the problem is your ego doesn't want to believe the truth. That's why you can hear the truth a million fucking times, and still it's in your face. You still don't see it. You still listen to the news thinking they know. You still vote for a president thinking it's going to change something. You still believe that going to college means something. You still don't understand what it means to be alive. Like, none of us. Like, we're lost. Scientists don't know what the fuck they're doing. Religion has no idea who God is. There is no religion that can show you God. I don't give a damn who they think they are. They cannot show you God. Prove it to me. Like, if you're a priest, and this is no disrespect, this is reality. Because I can say that to a shaman, and guess what a shaman would do to me? If I said, hey shaman, prove to me that there's a God, I don't believe you. He'd be like, bro, you don't need to believe me. He'd just say, here's this cup, drink it. And I would drink it. And then, by the end of the cup, by the end of the experience, you're a believer in God. It's not just the word God. You understand. You start to have an understanding that there's so much bigger of a picture going on. Because tryptamines are a whole other fucking ballpark. But yeah, man, every time I'm tripping balls, I always come to the conclusion. One giant came. And that's why I'm having fun. That's why I'm playing. That's why I just don't give a fuck. That's why it's more in my control than ever right now. My life is more in my control than ever. It's like this weird video game where I kind of found some cheat codes to it. But that is because this shit is real. Psychedelic experience is not some bullshit. It's some real shit. And it's hard work. And like, it's been hard work to be able to get the information, try to spit it out, try to understand the information. Because I don't understand shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Because if my ideas are correct, then my ideas are still not even my ideas. It's this weird fucking paradox of the universe. That I am only tapping into the same thing you can tap into. And yeah, it's this weird thing that we never die because we're always on this existence of frequencies, because we are always a part of it, because it is just projecting frequencies, dimensions, frequencies, and the universe is too complex for a human, simple monkey to understand. So either you evolve, or you have to come to the conclusion that you will never know. Simple. Evolve or die. It's what every species on this planet has ever came to the conclusion of. Evolve or die. The fucking dinosaurs did not evolve fast enough, so they died. The Neanderthals did not evolve fast enough. They weren't smart enough. They weren't smarter than the Homo sapiens. That's why we are here. The strongest always survives. Nothing has changed. So therefore, we need to get stronger in the mind. We need to get a better understanding of what's going on in the world, so we're not ending up like our ancestors in a sense. Because the Neanderthals are our ancestors. And it goes so much deeper than this because there's too much information. That's why it starts to sound like some crazy guy rambling on a camera. From Alex Jones to me to Terrence to anyone who understands the truth, there is way too much information for anybody to think that you can watch a fucking video and think you know something. Because I've watched hundreds of thousands of videos. Not thousands. Not hundreds. Hundreds of thousands. Almost millions of videos. But that has nothing to do with how I have my knowledge. It does, but it doesn't. How I have my knowledge is personal experience with psychedelics. Doing the hard work. Facing myself. Listening to the things that I don't want to hear. I used to be some wannabe thug. Now I'm a man. I didn't want to hear that before. I thought I was a man. I thought and this is the thing. We think we know, so that's why you can't trust the scientists, you can't trust this, you can't do... We all have the big picture, all the information's there. You just have to... I guess this video is as much information as I put in this video. It does not matter. It might mean nothing to you. Because if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And most people that get it, they've probably been to the tryptamine world hundreds of times. They've probably seen it, felt it, experienced it, lived it. And that's what you need to do. I guess that's what I'm trying to explain. You need to touch it. Because I can't explain it. I've been sitting here for years talking. It does not matter what I say. If you have not seen what I have seen, if you have not had your soul ripped to shreds, if you have not had your ego ripped to fucking shreds, and forgotten your name for a second, forgotten what a human being is for a second, and because we all have these weird things with psychedelics where they think, oh, you take ayahuasca, it helps you deal with your childhood trauma. Well, if you can get past that shit, right, because the psychedelics are not used to the Western world, so in the Western world, of course, we have childhood traumas, and a shit ton of them, in the Western world. But psychedelics are, so much deeper than that. So, yeah, they can help you with your past trauma, with your childhood traumas, but really, they want to teach you the answers of the universe, and they want to show you that there's other dimensions, and that quantum physics, and all this other shit, and some crazy shit, and some just wild shit, but Yet we don't have the capability to grasp that information because we have to deal with our childhood traumas first before in psychedelic experience. So it's these things where shamans are on this level where they genuinely really are people who are walking in between two worlds, the spirit world and the physical world. They believe their ideas so much that it's actually happening in the real world. It's just a matter of belief. It's just a matter of what is. And like, that's just what I come to the conclusion of every fucking tripping balls. That this is what I think is. It doesn't mean it is what it is. It means that it is what I think it is. But my thoughts on it are just that. My thoughts. But I guess the whole point of this is to fucking think. If you made it this far in the video, you're a thinker. It doesn't matter who you think you are. You are a deep thinker. You are a smart individual. You are a... So many people think they're stupid or dumb because they don't understand math. I don't understand math. I can barely fucking read. But so many people think I'm a genius. And I think I'm an idiot. But I think we all have the capability to have that happy balance. Because we are dumb monkeys, but we are also fucking genius gods that have the capability to just change reality. We are molders of this reality because this is just a game being played by the creator itself, which is us. And we forget it because our ego gets attached. It's like this game. And we think it's a war. But it's like God and the devil. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah. Like there's this war, but really it's called being bored. It's so... That's the cosmic joke of the reality. Is there is no... The devil is you. The God is you. The devil is when you don't like you, that's probably the devil. When you do like you, that's probably the God. Because I don't like me when I'm being a dick necessarily. Like sometimes I can be an asshole or whatever, or I can be angry. Or do you like yourself when you were the angriest version of yourself? Like when you were in the most rage, can you look at yourself and say I love myself at that point? Like do you generally like yourself at that point? I don't know. I've just realized so much about life in general. And this reality is generally based on what we believe. And what we believe is what is, because this is just the matrix in God's imagination. And we are all a part of God's imagination. And it's too complicated. Because I could speak about this for 10 years. So like it's 12 minutes and 46 seconds in this video. And I could talk about this shit for another 12 minutes and 46 seconds. And another just 12 minutes. Because it doesn't matter what I say. So if you watch this video, get the fuck off the video and go trip balls. Like, go learn something. And don't trip balls at a fucking party and just like whatever. And if you're gonna dance, then dance and be free and let the fucking music flow through you and like let it flow and don't think, because I haven't... Like, thinking is poison. Thinking about dumb shit is poison, right? So it's like just flow. I don't know, trip balls. If you think, let the ideas flow through you. Because this whole time I've been talking, I haven't had one thought. I need you to understand that. I haven't had one thought the whole time speaking in this fucking video. Because I'm not thinking, I'm flowing. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. It's a constant wheel. It's all just learning how to play in the game. And most people don't even know how to be human. They think this is some... We're all like little kids. We're all little children. And you're going to be a 50-year-old little kid that still doesn't fucking understand that you can control everything. Everything. But you playing little character like you can't. You're playing weak. You're playing human. You're playing the victim. But you could be playing the victor. You could be playing the god, the person who takes over the world, the fucking... This is the imagination of God. What the fuck is in your imagination? Who do you think you are? You know, our parents used to say to us all the time, who do you think you are? You know who I thought I was? The shit, bro. I thought I was the shit as a kid. When my parents, like, who do you think you are? I am the shit, bro. You know who I think I am? And that was my ego back then. But what I realize now is the ego is not bad. The ego's great. if you have it under control and understand that it's about the balance of consciousness and the ego and just playing and dancing. Consciousness, ego is dancing. It is not at war with itself. It's not the devil and God hating each other. It's not Hades and Zeus. It's not all this bullshit. The truth is, it's yin and yang, a beautiful dance and a song that's just happening. And sometimes the song is out of tune. And if you hit the wrong note when you're singing a song, it's not going to sound as beautiful as if you hit the perfect note singing a song. That's the problem with life. Everyone wants the fucking perfect note. Let me tell you, life is not a fucking perfect note. God is not the perfect singer. Sometimes God is going to sing a wrong note. And that might be the fuck up in your life that you're like, oh shit, God fucking hates me. No, God has nothing to do with anything besides who are you and what are you going to do about it. And what are you going to do? How do you react in this matrix? Do you understand this is a matrix? This is a game. This knowledge has been hidden from you. Do you understand that? Everyone who has said this shit has been called crazy. From Timothy Leary to Alex Jones to anyone who's ever came across true information trying to empower human beings. I guess the only reason I picked up the camera is because, I don't know, I had this feeling. It has nothing to do with me. Sometimes humans are so goddamn ego. You think I want to make a video? Maybe, I don't know. That's the funny part about tripping balls. All I know is I needed to do this. Because this is reality. Trip more balls, people.